The troll. It feels like it's always been an American hero. Every time I go to NA to cast some tournaments, you know, it's always getting played. I don't see this hero too much in high level right now. We've had some games here and there.
Lane is already in a pretty good place here for the Dire, dragging it a little bit closer to their own tier 1, which means they get the chase.
They're chasing. They're doing a lot of right-click damage. Double King has Magic Stick, but I mean, you're low, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get in close and go head-to-head with that Death Prophet, but now it's Big Fat B getting turned on. Another decay there. Tops him up to about 100 health, but in comes that magic spam damage. Scatter Blast and the Crypt Swarm. Enough to take him down for first blood. Makes Tombstone kind of useless.
Exactly. I mean, there will be a timing where you can kind of drop the Tombstone before they have that. Oh, RyodaN walked too close. The tag team slows him down so much.
Already a very good start for the Dire. The Slayers are slaying.
Lanes are working out beautifully. To their credit though, DNM is doing a good job CSing on mid lane. He is looking like he's ahead right now. Oh, commitment on Snap.
Yeah, Snap level 2 doesn't have the little shredder yet, so that Tombstone does pay off for Big Fat B. Of the last hit bot in terms of core heroes, but they'll get back up there.
Getting the healing Lotus on them is pretty useful though. RyodaN has been trapped. Omni's trying to fight back, but can't really stop this.
Again, Tusk and Lina. Long range damage from this Lina. Limited commitment from the Tusk as well. Just has to kind of step up to this range support.
Yeah, this is what I was mentioning earlier. The Fiery Soul level 2.
Dying down bottom. One more touch. Spirit Siphon takes him out of it. Big Fat B left here with no Tombstone for 10 seconds, trying to put the damage onto Lupa, but the Death Prophet gets away.
And even secures the creep as well. Very nice nuke from far away. Pango's managed to do quite a bit of damage to the Slardar, but it's ever so difficult to fight him in the river. And as the runes are spawning, both the mid laners are just gonna heal up.
Well, every time this tomb is up, they're making it work. Yeah, this timing pre-little shredder, kind of a big deal.
This bottom is of course fighting again, but the Slardar looking for a wraparound on the Omni Knights.
He places his own Obs Sentry, sees the Rubik, and they'll come in with the shards. Tag team, Tusk is there to lock in on the Rubik. RyodaN yet again getting caught out.
Yeah, and Omni can at least get the courier. He's chasing him. He's running away from it. The scare courier, but he's gonna be fine. He will go and take the bounty rune, because what else can he do right now? Doesn't find the Slaughter courier as well, though.
And Big Fat B again getting up in the faces of the DP and Snap. This time, though, the Troll looking to connect and join in with a bit more damage out of the axes. I've got another decay, another couple of punches, but with Tusk's arrival, they're going to shut down the Undying. They lose the Snap, but now the shards block the Troll in. Locked up next to the trees and the ice and taken down with a double kill from the
potential on either of the lanes. And Troll tries to show up to leech a bit, but dangerous when Tusk comes in. Next creep wave will be a dive.
And Big Fat B is going to get the Tombstone down. And Troll fighting back under this tower, killing off the Death Prophet, who went a step too far and it took a few too many tower hits.
Get them all.
Tusk snowballing to save himself. That's just going to delay his death. He's got no way out of here. A double kill for Double King. And Snapfire teleporting. RyodaN has the lift. The vision over the cliff finds the grab. And all of a sudden, a massive situation for 4 anchors and Dota Sarmadan bottom, as we almost had a Troll Wall or triple kill.
But took too many top shots into the zombies as well. Brought him low. Vagabond trying to fight this Undying.
He's got a Rubik and a Pango here, though. He's got buddies arriving. TP out. It's not going to work. He's dead.
Dangerous solo move.
But we want to see them continue to use Exorcism, use these cooldowns, play aggressively.
Yeah, ideally they want to get, you know, Slardar involved in some good action as they chase down bottom. Troll, his ulti had to be popped to keep him alive, but I think he's gonna drop in the end.
He's trying to turn and fight, but the ghosts are coming for him. He's not surviving that. And DP comes out with the Exorcism, and they do continue to keep that pressure going on in that bottom lane. They should be able to finish off the tower eventually.
That's so difficult so difficult to deal with a DP ulti like that, but they're at least making the most during it, pushing down mid, shoving, using the tombstone. Wow, they actually found that kill on Slaughter. What?
Yeah, just a little surprising.
Just level 4 decay and Little blood grenade and he died.
There's another dive bottom though onto RyodaN. Rubik does get the lift. Maybe denied to neutrals. Nah, it's going to be difficult whichever way you go.
Well, they have the blink now, so you gotta make stuff happen with the Slardar at this very moment, and they're looking to do that. Chasing after. Cookie is available to stun if they need to. Should probably go for it.
It's not gonna catch him properly. DOTA2's got backup coming in. Can they heal him enough to turn and kill the Slardar? Yes, but now Big Fat B and RyodaN in trouble. DNM arrives on the scene of the crime, and this undying tombstone on the high ground, causing real problems for the Slayers. They lose both Snap and Slardar, and a good jump in towards the Ice Shards here is gonna collapse onto the Tusk as well.
That's great for DNM. Such a good thing for him. He did struggle a bit, but you and I talked about that as well. DNM, you know, might have some games where the early game can look hard, but he is an experienced player who will pull himself back into the game as well.
TP's down to Ancients and continues farming while the rest of the Lena's team kind of sits in front of that Ancients area like a bunker.
Oh no, he got stuck. The Pango.
DNM, unfortunately, yeah, stuck by a cliff and then doesn't get to go up the stairs. Now he's being jumped on by this Slardar and Tusk, but he pops himself to high ground. So does the Slardar, lifted up as the Shards gonna come out and block him in. Kisses land. DNM dead. DOTA2 has arrived though. So has Double King, but they don't have that hero to go in to catch and start the fight off. Feel like the troll is such a tasty kill. They're dangling Double King right in front of them.
A lot of heroes behind her. This could backfire.
They're arriving to back up this Death Prophet. Troll's going to walk up the high ground, as is the Omni Knight with the ulti going. They're tanky against the physical damage, trying to turn and fight into the DP. Double King, though, dropping low quickly, forced to ulti up as the Rolling Thunder, it whips. The Shards block his path.
Lina is here.
Trying to come in here. Slardar sprinting to jump into the back, looking for the Troll Warlord. The mischance, though. The heal from the Purification turning on this Slardar. Double King's alive. The snowball's not going to land either. DNM comes in to save him up. Omni Knight's on the run from this.
The light strike.
Shredder, Snapfire, the tombstone's on the floor, and this massive connection stunning up the Snap and the DP. They throw the Laguna Blade and the stun on the Undying, but now the Lena's trapped and dead. A 5-man wipe as 4 anchors come in, save their teammates, turn and kill the enemy.
And he corrosive haze pin.
Yeah, I mean, you've glyphed, but you've lost your tier 3. Creep wave is still reasonably healthy. Melee Rax just being clicked down. You're going to poke at this troll, but now you've been lifted up on Lina and a dive in straight towards her. Lina's getting blown up, but a snowball save. Can we get her out of here? She's got no blink or anything, so stuck nonetheless. Now a Rolling Thunder onto the Snapfire in the back is going to catch up to her and take her down a notch. Oh, as quickly as that, Vagabond is back in, but I mean, diving for an attempted kill on an Aegis troll and losing your life for it as you're rooted up. Broken apart. Full set of racks going to die here. They can't go for more in the base because tier 2s exist. We kind of felt the Radiant were picking up the pace and getting ready to just go all in, hit critical mass. And off this Aegis, they've shown that they can be very explosive. I do jump on this troll with a Tusk, but he's blown up just as quickly as he appeared on our screens. And now Slardar, still trying to break this Aegis. Double King's fine. First life gone, but he'll pop back up with BKB and Blink ready, so he could blink away just like that if he wanted to.
Didn't layer any of their spells perfectly there on the respawn, so he just gets to safety.
They do jump the Rubik. Snowball, but then blink, off he goes, deeper and deeper. The Tusk is sent in the middle of 4 anchors. Lina and Death Prophet are considering entering this fight, but without the Tusk, it's hard. And Slardar's out of mana, out of resources. He's gonna, pop his wand and try and run away from this with DP coming in. A 2-man stun is good onto the Pango. They blow him up. Troll Warlord in trouble as well. Tombstone saved though. There we go. Big Fat B keeps Double King alive. Gets the BKB and ulti off now, and he'll swing in with the axes. Slow down Looper. Vagabond's in trouble. He's on the run, while Big Fat B is zoning the Lina out with RyodaN. The 2 supports going to work. They lose the Rubik though. Putting in all that hard work to die. But still a statement here from the Radiant. And then play 2 lanes. Play into mid, play into bot. And make this map hard to navigate as the Dire team, they're going to have that Lina jumped on again. Omni and Troll making life hard here as the Tusk has to snowball himself to buy some time. Dota Master has a BKB going, so it's Omni Knight perfectly safe to back up. Looper wants to make a meal of this though, jumping in onto the Undying, trying to catch him up with the kisses, and the damage is good. Big Fat B down. DNM is in though with his Rolling Thunder crashing onto the Death Prophet. Looper is tanky, getting cookied around, and DNM is circling, running circles around the Death Prophet, but dies to the damage burst, giving Looper a double kill.
Still chasing. Trying to get more.
Dying. Punched up and taken out.
Slaughter's and BKB, by the way.
Very deep here as well. He's found RyodaN, Looper, and Vagabond on the Rubik's tail. I don't think he can get out of here, even with the Omni Knight's help. Healing, repelling, but surrounded by ghosts.
And finally, Lupa gets to have the fight that he's been looking for. A fight where he can actually just chase on to people and deal some damage.
The window is so tight.
They do have great vision, though. He's walking up with Aegis timing out. This is the goal time.
They see him. They know exactly what to do. They jump double king, down to half HP. Can't even battle trance to save his life while the Undying are also going to fall to the kisses.
Whew. That
lane ward. A good job by the Slider on DP, though. Top and mid both pushing in across the river onto the Radiant side.
But they have the amount of defense now.
One lane of barracks to go. Yeah, it's one lane to attack, one lane to go in. Troll Warlord, even without BKB or Aegis, still pretty happy to go in here, while the Lina jumped on by the Pango, forced the BKB early, turning to try to get damage in, but his Omni has ulti. So now Lina's BKB is going to wear out. Tombstone in the back end is protecting the rest of them from the Slider on a DP jump, and Troll just opens up. Deathprop is getting shredded here. The Snowball comes in, tries to save her up. She's rooted and finally dead. Tusk now, is that a buyback out of him and the Lina? Dieback on Tusk. Lina's in trouble. She's trying to push damage onto this Omni Knight, but he's like losing your barracks. Big Fat B, the Blade Mail return. If they get another jump on this Lina, it could be lights out. Light Strike array from RyodaN, and there's a jump for the Troll. They get the connection. She's gone for 2 minutes. Carry's dead. 4 heroes gone. 1 remains on our screen. The Snapfire is going to fall immediately. And 4 anchors with DOTA2. They're looking at this tier 4 tower now and potentially just game 1.
Fantastic play by them overall, as we have a disconnect here, but yeah, the players.
Oh yeah.
The players are done. They're calling it GG. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do anymore. That was a strange game to witness because they got off to such a strong start on Dire, but then they had several moments where they tried to get a fight going, didn't manage to have enough lockdown and catch, which is almost a bit surprising. With Slardar, Tusk on their team, they had a lot of chasing heroes.
Very good target acquisition in general from 4 anchors and DOTA2, as we see the scoreboard at the end.
Yeah, they end up 10 with a scoreboard that honestly looks like the game was never that hard. 42-24.
And Pango again for DNM. Right, who's picking what? Yeah, DOTA2 Necro.
It's mid Phoenix.
That's what we expected.
Double Phoenix King coming in for
Dawnbreaker and
team.
Mid Phoenix, yeah.
Played a fair bit mid, and it's been different builds as well. We've seen some Vessel rushes ever since that was buffed. Before that was a whole lot of Orchid rush or Shiva's rush. Ooh, big damage onto the Magnus. Gets chain stunned. The level 2. He didn't want to skewer the Dawnbreaker with him, so he stopped it. Up top though, they get a kill.
Shadow Shaman rolling high on his damage there. Big hits into RyodaN, who tried to Fairy Fire and run away. And DOTA2 already burning through the majority of his regen. Needs the tangos to be handed over. While in the mid lane, the Phoenix did drop low, but the skewer on the tower puts DNM in a tough spot. The roaming Magnus comes into play.
That's always one of those scary things as a mid player when you don't really realize that someone died on a side lane and they just TP in and go. Actually, Medusa?
Medusa's dying. Was that a Lotus or a wand? Some pretty hefty heals, whatever it was, takes it back up to a healthy state.
As he will fight against the Tusk, but Dawnbreaker already running over. Tusk is completely alone. Magnus is coming over, but pretty far away.
Who said you could use our pool? What are you doing in our back garden? What are you doing?
Oh no.
Snowball's there, going to turn on his axe. Tag team and this Starbreaker whacks them down. They get the Lotus, and this Dire bottom lane, it's just been shredded up.
Just a bit of miscommunication there as well. The skewer and the call at the same time, and then the snowball dodge on top of it as well anyway.
That was a Lotus.
Bit of more than he could chew on the axe.
Oh, Magnus skewering 2 people back in, but they'll quickly pummel him down. Lupa's axe trying to get some damage on this Tusk. Not going to be able to get a kill or anything, but at least he's back in the lane last hitting. Top lane again. Every time we peer up here, it's danger, death, destruction. Shadow Shaman this time, going to feel the pain. Trying to hide in the trees as a little chicken, but DOTA2's there to clear it up.
Yeah, gets taken down, and lane is looking pretty strong so far for the Necro and the Murta. Mid lane, however, is where they maybe have an advantage with the Phoenix against the Pango.
Oh, Mango, even more heals and sustain put into this Medusa's lane. Trying to keep her as healthy as possible while DOTA2 and RyodaN diving But they don't realize that Phoenix is arriving. Shackles, and now the fiery burn damage takes them low and should finish them off with Vagabond getting a double kill.
Very nice TP there. Hyper aggressive play from Radiant and gets punished appropriately by the Phoenix coming in.
But the lower this Phoenix is, the more damage that comes.
The Dying Light is main source of damage output, so a lot of time he is gonna stay low. DNM has to be quite... Oh, he takes the tower hits? You're not level 6 yet? What are you doing?
Oh my god! Trading 1-for-1, but DNM gets the kill first.
Yeah, DNM is gonna be very happy with that. He gets the kill first, gets the experience. Phoenix...
Oh, the difference maker. The feather on the scales. Or the thumb on the scales in this case. Pango gonna roll in. He doesn't get the illusion rune, but he might just get a kill here with a dead shot. Not landing on Magnus. He skewers to high ground. They aim for the Phoenix now instead. Stuck in the calling for a long time. Can't cast any spells.
And doesn't get his level 6 as well in time, so...
As Vagan picked up an arcane rune, I believe. Looking to put it to use.
Oh, they might just
Maybe
get him.
They can connect with Double King. Dive over the top of this Dawnbreaker. Hex and Shackle should come. And that damage from the Phoenix, more than enough to take this carry out.
Oh, Axe even claims the last hit over there with this Battle Hunger coming in.
Well, dead shot up top misses. Phoenix TPing up top now to try and force this Radiant team to run away. It looks like he'll succeed in that.
Yeah. Phoenix still hanging around though. Wants to use the ulti. He has dive. Not quite in position to catch him though. Now Pango and Tusk looking for a turnaround.
Yeah, straight onto this Phoenix. Dive in and kill him off. A Reaper Scythe over the top as well.
Yeah, he's very aggressive, the mid player of Slayers. He's just running at people like a rabid dog. He's just chasing kills, and sometimes it can backfire.
Another attempt bottom onto Double King. Shadow Shaman this time arriving to fight alongside the Axe. The Rainbow TPs are here. So Shards into Snowball, turns around on the Menace Shadow Shaman. Calling place down, but they need a little more forward-thinking movement here. I'll try out with a hammer and Starbreaker, but in comes Phoenix now to turn back on Double King with a dunk out of Lupa. They've finished off the Dawnbreaker. Tusk trying to escape, but he's skewered across to the right-hand side as well. And chase onto Roseanne now. Axe. Trailing.
I mean, that's
right
a lot of slow.
her.
He's gonna have to try to deny neutrals? No, not even. The Urn working out for this Axe, getting quite a few kills going. It is Blink on Necro, by the way. He wants to join. Has the Reaper.
And they've got the Solar Guardian straight onto this Axe. The 3-man Shockwave, but the Snowball's there to turn around and Reaper Scythe down Lupa. Magnus going to join him in the grave as well. 2 stacks up now on this Necro. They've got some stuff they can kind of go through the motions and systematically just take the bottom part of the map.
Yeah, they're chasing Double King. Can get the Hex on him. Gonna hold him in place. TP is coming in, but pretty late. He should be dropping.
Yeah, skewer this Dawnbreaker back in and maybe dunk her down, but she's turned. With the Celestial Hammer and Starbreaker, she stays alive, gets good damage back onto Shadow Shaman. The Reaper Scythe not quite enough to finish the Axe immediately, but they get the kill regardless. While Magnus, Shockwave, 2-man RP into the Supernova and the damage from Medusa. They're trying to root up and kill them off, but there's a ton of healing coming out of this 4-anchor side. Double King down into the little hot tub. Sauna time for the Dawnbreaker to try and TP home, and she's going to be successful. DOTA2 in the meantime, picking up the Menace Shadow Shaman. Snowball fall from Big Fat B. Buyback from the Magnus. They want to turn this and get something, but in comes DNM. The Pango's arrived on the scene of the crime, and as Medusa's in trouble, out of mana completely. Medusa, oh, she's gonna get taken down with this Necro and Pango right on her head. A little bit more. DOTA2 wants it. In we go with the Death Pulse to take her down. And the Phoenix. Oh my god, there's no spells left. 21 charges though. 21. Can we stay alive, Phoenix? To buy time. DOTA2 very low, but he's stepping away from it. Can't finish the job, and he's gonna get taken down himself.
Oh, swing and a miss there for Pango with the Swashbuckle. Doesn't connect.
And now the speed picks up even more for 4 anchors. Deep Observer Ward. They're hunting for this Medusa. They might just be able to catch up onto her as well with a good Snowball. Swashbuckle in. Stone Gaze comes out, but it's Solar Guardian, but the shards have blocked her in place, and the damage comes so quickly now with the mana gone. A little heal there to top her up, but surrounded on all sides. They'll drop the Serpent Wards and even dive forward looking for a cross kill on the Tusk. Vagabond should have that at the very least. No, the Soulburn doesn't finish him. He's TPing home. They need the Magnus Shockwave to take him down.
I think maybe he could have done that trick to get to high ground below him instead. But it takes a bit of practice to actually be used to doing it.
Yeah, you got to know where to click. Another go here on the Necro. Solar Guardian's going to be countered by the Skewer play, and they've actually pulled him far enough away to blow up the Necro that now Double King is a bit isolated. Supernova's well placed. Rolling Thunder's going to crash in, but it's a defensive one here from 4 Anchors just to try and disengage, because this Looper Axe jumping in and attempting to call people, but maybe he's going to step too far. Turn around from Double King with a Star Breaker. Stone Gaze, though, now is return fire. The hold back 4 Anchors. This Medusa well poised to stand and hit. Needs some backup, though, as her mana is depleted by Double King. Another Celestial Hammer in, and the snowball forward. They finish the Medusa off. Now a frantic scramble by the Slayers to try and run away.
Oh, that... I mean, I can understand it, man. They were behind in game number 1. Now they finally get some momentum. They want to capitalize and get the most possible.
With these Blink Daggers, the maneuverability that 4 Anchors has is pretty insane. So they're able to play pretty wide now, get across the map. Start things off with the Necro, breaking vision, giving information, then you're just long-range poking at the Shadow Shaman. But you have committed the Necro very deep there, and he gets skewered back and killed, but this Supernova, well, they can't finish it off. It's on the low ground, so the Pango and the Muerto weren't able to come in, and this 2-man call dunks him down. Looper comes in, finds some massive kills, as Big Fat B is going to get pummeled.
Whew. That fight turned around hard, man. I did not expect that they would be able to burst the Necro after he got the kill on Shadow Shaman, but the damage was there.
It's approaching 30 degrees in my studio. Getting even hotter in this lobby as the Phoenix, he's sliced down in that middle lane. And now the hunt. Can they find more? Bonus kills galore with the inhibit out of that diffuser blade. DNM slows the Magnus.
Still wants to fight.
Can't go. And Axe, where is he? Getting jumped on by a Solar Guardian and 4 members of 4 Anchors. They ignore the Axe, though. They say, no, dip and bail on Lupo. We'll go deeper. Find the supports. Pummel them into the ground. No Shadow Shaman or Magnus, so that means no RP and no safety for this Medusa. Axe is killed by DOTA2. Medusa's run back to her high ground, tail between her legs.
Whereas you're not going to see the same on Dire. Yes, you have the Shiva's Orchid complete, which is strong in its own right. They're going to try and burst the Pango with it.
Yeah, just try and blink RP into Shackles with a snowball. DNM still dead. At least a turnaround potential, though, as they'll kill off the Shadow Shaman. A Phoenix Supernova, can they focus it and kill it? A few more hits would have done the job, but Vagabond's going to come back full resources. Dive in, then dive out. Skewer to the right-hand side on Double King. The Roshan! He comes in and throws the Phoenix away at 1 HP, but DOTA2's there. Pick up the pieces. The scraps on the floor. Chicken wings galore for 4 Anchors as a dead shot. Snudge the Magnus out on his way out.
Roche trying to be a buddy there. He's like, I'll help you. I'll keep you in the qualifiers.
Jungle Troll comes out of the forest and picks your president and launches him a football field away.
That's the bodyguard I want.
That's the Secret Service right there. DOTA2's going to get called up next to a bunch of croakers. And goes ethereal, though, as the Rod of Atos BKB'd off. And they'll surround the Necro, but the Solar Guardian, BKB of his own. DOTA2 very tanky. Healing up, still has 12 wand, but he didn't get to use it. Gets dunked by the Axe before the wand could be used. Still, though, with the Tusk arriving and this Muerta pumping damage, Lupa's about to fall while the double kill Doorbreaker's dead to the Axe. How is Axe still alive? They've got roots now on the Muerta. And Lupa. What?
Massive, dude. He got healed by the Phoenix, turning around the corner.
He's going for the right clicker build. Axe and Tusk gonna pass each other. Shackles on the Dawnbreaker top with an RP and a blink call. This is some heavy commitment, and Double King is gonna say, okay, I guess you got me. Now I'm gonna get you. Magnus and Shadow Shaman get clapped by Double King. DNM's in the back on the Phoenix while the Medusa has been isolated.
Still in there.
Gaze, silenced up and trying to face off against DNM, but he's going to roll up and back away from the Serpent Wall down the Medusa. While DOTA2 is protected by the Ice Shards, and there's double buyback from the Slayers. A rough spot.
An awkward situation to double buyback into. You don't have a tier 1 tower, no close TP reinforcement, and now instead we see Radiant smoking up. Dire as well, that is.
And both supports spent their ultis already, so they Serpent Warded, they RP'd, and then they buy back. Still going to get a Skewer into call, but the Solar Guardian turnaround play. The Tusk, he's going to use himself and stay alive. Supernova's in the back, can't be focused down just yet. In comes Menace with his Medusa alongside to kill off the Necro. Axe and Magnus for the Necro and the Tusk.
I like the Octarine core on Axe, by the way. It's setting up for the final most important item, which is the refresher. DNM gets called.
Yeah, dive done.
Chain stun.
Nice calling. And they've got shackles and stuns. The snowball's not quick enough. The Tusk can't save the Pango. He's dead with no buyback. And now Double King in trouble. RP'd and dunked. 2 cores immediately obliterated as the Slayers come in and can deal with his Tusk as well.
Yeah, he canceled the RP, so he still has it as well. Looked like he was going to throw it, but good presence of mind there. Recognized that he didn't need to. You know, we can see where the vision is, but for them, it's so hard to make aggressive plays when you don't know if you have traversed over wards or not.
Dawnbreaker. She's been found in his bottom lane. Tons of stuns. BKB's up. Oh my god. Lifesteal's back to full off one Starbreaker, then goes for the Nightfall to TP home.
Ooh. Yeah. Close, but not.
And now Medusa in the mid lane. Tag team, but lacking damage. Radiant can't really follow through on her without the Dawnbreaker, while on the right-hand side, Double King has arrived back in here with a Solar Guardian. Menace dead, buys back on the Shadow Shaman. Supernova with a Sun Ray over the top of this Necro to force her back. While the Pango's rolled up but stunned, caught and held in place. They're chain disabled, they can't run and hide. Pango does get a bit of distance, somehow gets to low ground. The final bits of damage, not enough all. He dies in Fountain!
Oh my god, he died in Fountain because the Fountain didn't heal him enough because he was Spirit Vesseled again. I think without the Spirit Vessel, he wouldn't have died there. And some big items coming in for Dire. I mean, these neutral items as well. The Decim Bloodright on Axe and on the Phoenix, giving them some great AoE. Dawnbreaker's Axe. Battling against Axe.
It's not an easy fight though, she's losing it. The Axe wins the 1v1. Tusk will come in to clear up the mess, but my goodness.
I mean,
you don't expect that to happen.
And then they have Necro who works on HP percentage, which she never loses. I don't know, it's just a free Medusa game, isn't it?
I just felt that way. Oh, DNM. He's been taunted and called up on his Axe and dragged out of his base to get dunked. He does have buyback though. He's going to have to spend it here, or else this Medusa and Axe is going to run you down. Double King already brought to half HP, needs backup to come in quickly. Pango will roll forward. Medusa though has Aegis, so dealing with one life is a problem. Dealing with two seems impossible. As the Pango, taunted again from super long range, just being dealt with by this Axe. And now the Medusa can open up on the buildings, back onto the tier 4s, banner in place, glyphed up creeps charging forward, and now the Horn, cancel it out, no skewer, good Yules there. Double King kept alive with a snowball save to run forward into the middle of them all. Massive Starbreaker and damage onto them, so Lupa and Menace dead, but Double King is taken down. Dota2 being slowed, Scardy hit, tagged up and killed. They'll triple buyback though as the 4 anchors look to defend their base. Medusa back to tier 4 business.
Still has Aegis.
Standing and delivering as best as she can, but you're right. Aegis in hands as they get a 2-man RP, catching up the Tusk and the Dawnbreaker. Dota2 trying to charge forward and deal with them, but they've lost Double King again. Double minutes, Double King's double dead. As the Yules and Medusa will just delay this inevitable push from coming in. Aegis still in hands. Dota2's about to hit the deck. A jump in from DNM to find the Phoenix is good. But Necro about to be gone for 2 minutes himself while this Medusa seems unstoppable. Tusk will find a kill on the Magnus, but Medusa's first life is still yet to be claimed. Quadruple catapults assaulting the base. The big creeps have arrived and the throne is falling. Nothing you can do for anchors but watch your buildings, your foundations collapse. And game 3 is now the only thing that separates us from a winner in this series. We thought it might be a quick 2-0, but the Slayers have shown up. And the appetizer and the main.
Very, very well said. I mean, we're down to a best of 1 essentially here for which team gets to stay and fight for a chance to qualify to the international.
That exact one. But out comes a Drow Ranger, so that's going to be our carry. Lena then heads into mid. Offlane Dawnbreaker. We've got the 4-5 Magnus Disruptor. So again, long range damage, tons of team fight, good reactive abilities. Magnus and Dawnbreaker
didn't want it,
are not going for it. So Magnus wants to block up the wave. He's going to take some hits from Big Fat B, but that means Double King picks up the 4th bounty rune. An incredible start for them, but look at this. Dawnbreaker and Disruptor in behind the Terror Blade. The bait, the trap, it's been set and sprung, and Double King glimpsed back in to take a tumble. Magnus gonna die? No, he's not. JK, double JK actually, Fairy Fire not saving him. Big Fat B though, he's dead for sure.
Yeah, finally does get him as well. So 2 for 1, sure, but losing 4 runes like that, that's a lot of gold going the way of Radiant. Up top lane, we see a lot of harassment being traded so far, but actually a pretty good start. Oh, as they go on Silencer.
Yeah, hammered down by the Dawnbreaker, skewered back by the Magnus. Big Fat B does turn, gets a kill. Wait, he's got himself away from there. He's got boots. He's got boots and fairy fire. He's all right. Yeah, with Meta up, he can force that Dawnbreaker away from Wave a little bit. But with Meta down, he's got to step back against the magic damage of Lupa coming in and clearing through the Silencer.
Yeah, so heroes getting traded back and forth. Necro does have the healing Lotus, so he can be a deceptive target to go on.
We'll glimpse him back in towards the Drow, but yeah, full HP DOTA2 are going to turn on this Disruptor now. Pushed back a little bit. RyodaN can't continue as the Frost Arrow is starting to get annoying for the Necro. The tag team and long-range poke forces the Drow back. Both teams spending full ones and as much regen as they can to stay alive. But now RyodaN's going to get glimpsed with no snowball or anything. Has shards, but you've blocked the Drow in here as she tries to run away from the Necro.
She's completely fine too.
Bodyguard her and she's fine, and even turning onto DOTA2. Dodges away from the multi-shot, but the Frost Arrow tags him up, slows him down. Necro a hit away from death. The Disruptor just needs to get that final touch.
Oh. That was so close, man. Barely. Magic Stick just coming off cooldown. The tower region almost saving him. Not enough. Now with a mid TP though. When supports die, they can maybe look towards mid. Actually, Ember's going in.
He can't. He doesn't want to. Now Magnus has rotated a TP in here, and RyodaN is sent packing all the way back. That's what it is. Second is guns. I don't know what third and fourth are. They're probably useless.
Which one was
third
it?
one is
I think
the amendment that you're allowed to gank and roam and kill position 5 disruptors in his top lane.
Huh? Chasing down on the Drow. Drow does go over and pick up the bounty rune as the power rune is spawning. 6 minutes. Lina does get it. DD rune as well.
Oh, and straight away pumping that damage into the Tusk. Magnus has arrived. Lina. Oh my god, are we going to be able to keep Vagabond alive and grab a double kill? 7-3 already. Laning stage going very well for the Slayers. And then she shows up. Lina suddenly hits your tower and you're like, well, do I really want to be here?
Oh, and they found Silencer in the tree line.
Easy pickings.
They're on the Lina though. This could be the bigger turn kill.
Yeah, definitely could be. Static Storm's placed down, but that Reaper Scythe. Lina hits the ground pretty quickly. Disruptor's traded out for it as DOTA2 comes in with a double kill.
Dragonlance coming in for the Lina's, not going for that early travels. Oh, this high ground could be dangerous to walk up.
DOTA2 being looked at. They've got a Static Storm onto the Silencer. RyodaN gets off the Snowball, and in comes the Solar Guardian with the Ember remnanting forward. They'll kill RyodaN first. Now, DOTA2's gone in here expecting the team to follow through, but DNM comes back in too late. Slays the Disruptor, looks for the Lina on the right-hand side, but remnanting away after clearing it out as the TP from Big Fat B gets him to safety.
Lina thought that she could stand her ground, but didn't really click the region rune early enough. So the region didn't have time to heal him up, and he does go down to the Ember damage.
And a roll into mid, Snowball, punch, and a catch on Lupa here. Could get turned around quickly with a Magnus coming in. The Shockwave, RP, does connect on 2 of them with a multi-shot, pushing the damage forward. RyodaN very close to death, DNM finally dropping. DOTA2 did manage to trade out for the Magnus at least, with Big Fat B killing off Lupa as well. Are we going to go on this? Yeah, with RyodaN coming in. Who else? DOTA2. Dawn ult is too late though. Lupa's come in now and in a 1v3, kind of surrounded, while Double King is dead to the Lina in the back of this fight. Trying to connect in with the rest of 4 anchors. And DOTA2 is getting skewered back towards high ground, not quite making it up the cliff. Global Silence there now to deal with Alina. Ember remnants in. Vagabond picks up a double kill, sure, but DOTA2 comes out with a bigger double kill himself.
Gotta be very happy getting all this region as well. They're trying to get go on him. Blink plus Skewer is available, but
straight back to the tier 3. Starbreaker, the control. DOTA2 turns with the Reaper Scythe. That's not enough damage to kill off Lupa though. I think it's getting very messy, but this is a wild place to be taking a fight. And with all that poking, prodding, global, ultis being used, nobody dies. Vagabond?
Okay.
I don't see a world in which that ever works.
No, I think he saw so many people around mid as well before. He kind of has to expect. Maybe with the Silencer ulti on cooldown, he felt like, oh, it's not so scary to go in here.
RP mid onto this
no.
Ember, but they drag him out of the static storm, so now DNM has some freedom to cast spells and Remnant around. Yeah, he's going to slight Remnant to get away from there. Now Magnus dead, Disruptor in trouble. The Tusk shards block the Drow. The chase is on. DOTA2 and Double King have both arrived to kill off the Drow Ranger with the slight chains. They connect beautifully.
And now Dawn is in.
The Dawnbreakers come in. I already lost 4 teammates. Their 5th one might fall as quickly as they did as well. Chased by the snowballing Tusk and 4 anchors. They've wiped them.
Man, everything went downhill there with losing the Lina quickly, but then also that misplay with Magnus and Disruptor. It was his great.
What is that saying? Familiarity breeds complacency?
Yes,
That's
something
pretty much
like
what
that.
happened here, right?
There's
a jump.
Immediately. Pull back.
Magnus. RP's up, but they've got the global silence, the slide, the turnaround play, the Reaper's Scythe. Magnus dead, Dawnbreaker trying to heal up. Laguna Blade's thrown in over the Tusk with a Static Storm there. Necro might be in trouble as well. Pops the Essence Ring, heals up, but he's dragged back into his death. While Ember Spirit goes to work on the Lina, Sansa tries to push damage as well, but Ember's being multi-shot down, nearly dead. Remnant away to safety though. Now Terrorblade, he rocks up. Oh, everyone's low. Can I get a kill, please? 1 Disruptor, thank you very much.
Yeah, it runs in with the shard super fast and just gonna secure himself a kill. There's no Disruptor ulti, even he does respawn. So this
yeah, like unironically, this is what we want from the Terrorblade, right? To do the classic anti-mage thing, you know, rock up late, get some Sunder back on the Magnus. Easy Sunder. Now slight chains on Lina, big damage from range, and Vagabond dead again.
Oh boy.
It's all falling apart.
It's all falling apart. It's too optimistic, man. The TB.
The thread. Quickly up towards her own Ancients, where she spots the Ember swinging in pretty quickly. Aggressive Remnant into a global silence, but the Static Storm was dropped. DNM dropping low, but he skips away from danger. Gets another slight out, and his Terrorblade opens up with a damage. Double King looking at the Lina now, who's kind of stranded. Another jump with the slight chains. Vagabond invis back into the base. So we'll survive on Lina, but that was a scary spot to be in. Now they're going to blink RP, skewer the Ember back into the Laguna Blade Light Strike. Nice pick off, but has Lina overexposed? Shards off the mark. Vagabond. Oh, still gonna get jumped by Roseanne. The tag team punch. There we go. DOTA2's in to finish off the Lina. Took a little bit longer than expected. More resources required as the Magnus misses out on the skewer.
Yeah, looking for a pull again here. Yeah, works very well against him, and also Dawnbreaker. Dawn just doesn't have a nice solution against it. She wants to ulti in, and Silencer could hold his ulti specifically to counter the Dawn ulti. He doesn't have Aghanim, so he can't quick cancel his ulti, and even then it's not a guarantee. Lina gets picked off here.
It's rough for Vagabond. I mean, that Reaper Scythe doesn't finish her off, but he's still going to get the kill.
You gotta think of her as an anti-mage right now. She has the 15 talent, so as long as their Fiery Soul stacks, then the magic resistance is crazy high.
Double King unleash hell on the tier 3, where the Metamorphosis going. And RP's there, but immediately rooted and countered by 4 anchors. Who was that?
That was good. Ember. Just fast reaction. DNM saw him.
Oh, this is getting rough for them now.
Yeah,
Dawnbreaker's going to try and hold them back with Celestial Hammer all he can. You know, barracks are falling though. Now here's a skewer play. Drag the TB back in. Global silence to protect. Double King, big Sunder on the Dawnbreaker. Finds a couple of kills and they've got no buybacks. You've lost your Dawn. Magnus. Drow Ranger still here, standing and fighting back into the Necro. Essence Ring. Not enough to save him. DOTA2's dead. And the Pinks to retreat are coming out. I want to try and finish off this lane of barracks first. Double King, gotta be wary. No Sunder, just relying on Aegis here to die and then respawn.
Tusk can jump the back lane, but they don't have that much resources. I think Radiant just want to back out. Tusk, by the way, has Aghanim Scepter coming in, so this high ground push is not only dangerous, it's also deceptively scary, as the Tusk could kidnap someone. Magnus wants to do the same thing. RP's an illusion. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, your Dawnbreaker's now dead. Yeah, we're on the verge now. 6 feet from the edge. I think the Slayers are thinking. And Double King will finish off this second lane of barracks.
And there's a
There's
kidnap.
a punch and a kick. And Disruptor sent in. Dawnbreaker ulti gonna land, but not connect on much. And there's the big Sunder on the Dawn, allowing DNF to backstab. Protected by the global, slighting and killing. Dawnbreaker dead, no buyback available. Drow in trouble behind their own tier 4s. On the run away from Dota Summer's Necro, who is on the hunt. They will be able to try. Oh no, they don't. They don't glimpse him back. Dota Summer's still here with a BKB going wild. While Vagabond, Lena, and this IDFAA guy standing in the fountain waiting to see what comes their way, because 4 anchors, they've killed 3, no buybacks available, third lane of Rack's about to fall, and they're going to dive past tier 4s again, and opening onto the Drow Ranger, kills her off for 60 seconds, and GG called.
Anyone who steps too close, Roseanne got their number with this Tusk immediately jumping them. But yeah, this was a game where I said the Ember has to pop off and have a good game in order for them to be successful. And there we can see the score of the players and the game. Impressive performance coming out from 4 anchors in the final game, just, you know, being on the verge of getting eliminated, but bringing it back.
Yeah, so 4 anchors heading on towards that lower bracket semi-final.